been quiet for a minute because I've been collecting as much information as possible over the past month just so I can be accurate. And it's finally time to unleash the facts.
No one ever dogged Oscar De La Hoya the way Floyd did. Every single press conference, he treated him like he was a
Whether he can't be a successful promoter if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight. His desire to be always noticed, always.
Oscar De La Hoya went off on Floyd Mayweather during a heated live interview with Stephen A. Smith, calling him a scammer and a fraud. De La Hoya slammed Mayweather for transforming boxing into a popularity contest rather than keeping it rooted in skill, heart, and competition. He blasted Floyd for constantly flaunting his wealth and luxurious lifestyle, accusing him of using the sport as a personal cash machine. According to De La Hoya, boxing should be about building a lasting legacy, not stacking bank accounts. He warned that Mayweather's obsession with fame and fortune is harming the sport's integrity and sending the wrong message to the next generation of fighters.
You say you want to be a world champion. You say you want to take this sport serious. Then take it serious. What is this? This is not a popularity contest.
Oscar De La Hoya described Floyd Mayweather as a master at playing the villain in their rivalry, acknowledging Floyd's skill in manipulating public perception by fully embracing the bad guy persona. While Floyd thrived in the role of the antagonist, De La Hoya found himself doing double duty, promoting the fight while trying to uphold his image as the good guy. He admitted that Mayweather's approach was clever from a marketing standpoint, but also criticized it as a sign of immaturity. According to De La Hoya, Floyd relied too much on trash talk and disrespect instead of letting his skill and integrity in the ring speak for themselves.
It's like that rivalry, the villain and the good guy, you know? And Floyd, this is where Floyd is smart. He knows how to play that villain guy, you know?
And you're promoting the fight.
And I'm promoting the fight.
Yeah.
And I'm promoting the fight.
Oscar De La Hoya recalled that his fight with Floyd Mayweather generated a record-setting amount of revenue, with the pay-per-view alone pulling in nearly $400 million in a single night. This massive financial success not only underscored the enormous appeal of their rivalry, but also shed light on the business side of boxing, where star power and promotion can be just as impactful as the action in the ring.
How much money did that generate?
At the time, yeah, it was the record-setting pay-per-view. I think we generated something like close to, all in, like close to 400 million. Yeah, in one night. So
Oscar De La Hoya emphasized that, for him, boxing was always about pride, passion, and legacy, not money. He said he fought to prove himself and earn a place in history, not just to collect paychecks. In contrast, De La Hoya criticized Floyd Mayweather for being driven purely by financial gain. While he acknowledged Floyd's sharp business sense, he felt Mayweather was more focused on profits and self-promotion than on elevating the sport or building a meaningful legacy. To De La Hoya, boxing is about honor and heart, while Floyd's approach has been more about branding and maximizing earnings.
You didn't promote that fight with Mayweather. Would you have pulled out?
probably, yeah, probably. Because there was too much, put the money aside. For me, it's about pride. For me, it was about, man, I want to have a winning chance here.
Floyd Mayweather's constant flaunting of his wealth has long been a point of controversy, especially when it comes to his remarks about other fighters like Anthony Joshua. While Mayweather has undeniably made a fortune through boxing, many analysts argue that his relentless focus on money often overshadows his actual legacy in the sport. In a recent statement, Floyd compared his blockbuster fight with Manny Pacquiao to Joshua's high-profile bouts, claiming he didn't need massive crowds or millions of viewers to generate huge revenue. "We didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million gate," he said, referencing the massive audiences that Joshua often draws. Mayweather's insistence that he's on another planet when it comes to success only reinforces the idea that his primary obsession is not just being the best in the ring, but being the richest.
I guess, his, because, he talks about his money a lot, so he compared, like, I guess his fight with Pacquiao to Anthony Joshua, and he was saying, like, basically, they didn't need 100,000 or 90,000 people to do X amount of dollars. Here, I'm gonna let you listen to it. Here's what he had to say verbatim. Here's what Floyd said about Anthony Joshua.
Talk about that. I was in the Guinness Book of World Record for breaking all the records. You didn't tell them that?
Of course you have.
For generating billions in the sport of boxing, that or having the fastest sellout crowd.
But
those guys done. And I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with Klitschko and the guy.
Analysts see Floyd Mayweather's recent comments as a sign of underlying jealousy, suggesting he struggles to resist comparing himself to other top fighters, especially when it comes to financial success. Despite his unmatched accolades, Mayweather's remarks often come across as defensive, as if he's constantly trying to reaffirm his position as boxing's top earner. This fixation on wealth and status has, in many eyes, overshadowed the more meaningful aspects of his career, such as his technical brilliance and influence on the sport. Some believe this behavior reveals deeper insecurities, with Floyd feeling threatened by fighters like Anthony Joshua, whose appeal goes beyond just money and taps into global recognition, humility, and broader influence.
And they said that this is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million game. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, I'm just on another planet. And you definitely know it. Because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over again.
All right, so there you have it. Mayweather basically saying that, he's on another planet and all this stuff, and that, they didn't need 90,000 people and all this stuff. But, let's look at it like this. Jealousy, I noticed with Floyd, and it shouldn't be that way, because Floyd, regardless of what I had to say about his career, I have my opinions on it. He was an A-level fighter. Skills out, had skills, was a really skilled fighter, A-level fighter.
Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather's rivalry runs deep, rooted in their high-profile 2007 showdown. That fight was a major turning point in Mayweather's career. It marked his first true mega payday, earning him $25 million, not $4 million as previously believed, and officially launched him as a pay-per-view superstar. While De La Hoya was already a massive draw, it was this bout that elevated Mayweather into mainstream stardom, setting the stage for his future as boxing's highest-paid athlete and a marketing powerhouse.
We welcome into Sports Center the former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, welcome back. We've missed you, Floyd.
Hey, how you doing? I'm not no former #1 pound-for-pound fighter. I'm just saying I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. No one has dethroned me, so how am I not pound-for-pound the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you retired?
But have I ever been beat?
But what happens is you informed Ring Magazine you were retired as welterweight champion.
I already forgot who I'm talking to. I'm talking to Brian King.
But Floyd Mayweather's ego never allowed him to give Oscar De La Hoya the credit he deserved, despite Oscar clearly being the cash cow at the time of their 2007 fight. Mayweather has consistently insisted that he was always the A-side, downplaying De La Hoya's star power and drawing ability. In past interviews, Floyd has aggressively defended his legacy, famously saying, "I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. How am I not pound for pound the best?" He often dismisses critics and former champions, even going as far as saying, "De La Hoya ain't do nothing in our fight," which he narrowly won by split decision.
Top what I've done in 2 fights.
Well, one was with Oscar De La Hoya, who was the cash king.
I'm the cash cow, please.
Now, compared to Oscar De La Hoya, have you drawn as much as Oscar De La Hoya in pay-per-view?
Man, De La Hoya been on pay-per-view 1,000 times. It took me 2 times, 3.5 million homes. Me, Floyd Mayweather.
With Oscar De La Hoya, though.
Oscar De La Hoya ain't do nothing. Did he win?
It was a split decision loss, as a matter of fact.
Come on, man.
But it was with him.
Once again, like I said before, once again, we're talking to Brian Kinney, a man of many traits, a master of nothing.
Floyd, you waited over a year to come back. Why not wait one more weekend until Pacquiao and Hatton was over and we knew the winner?
I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait for nobody.
Oscar De La Hoya recently revealed that after his fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr., Floyd Mayweather Sr. privately told him that he believed Oscar had actually won the bout and beaten his son. Despite this, the official decision awarded the victory to Floyd J. De La Hoya also pointed out that their contract included a rematch clause stating that if Floyd won, they would have to run it back within a year. However, the very next day after the fight, Floyd Jr. announced his retirement and conveniently remained retired for an entire year, just long enough to sidestep the rematch clause. Oscar believes this was a deliberate move to avoid a second fight. In his eyes, not only was the decision unjust, but Floyd Sr.'s admission confirmed he had done enough to win. He sees Floyd Jr.'s sudden retirement as a calculated tactic to dodge a rematch and preserve his undefeated record.
As a fighter, you know, deep down inside, you know if you win or you lose. Did you know? I felt that I won. I felt that it can go either way, especially when Mayweather's father came straight at me and he goes, Oscar, you beat my son.
Well, he told you right after the fight?
Oh, yeah. So, a funny story about that, too. We had a rematch clause in our contract. This is something I negotiated as well. So if he beats me, I get a rematch. It was a 1-year clause. Guess what he did? He retired for 1 year and 1 day.
Are you joking?
No. True story. Nobody knows this, but it's in the contract.
What? So how often did you guys try to get another thing going? It was always no, not interested. No, not interested.
Yeah, not interested. I'm retiring. I'm out of the sport. But sure enough, a day after that contract was over, he announces his unretirement.
Floyd Mayweather has a hard time accepting the idea of anyone being above him, whether it's in terms of boxing skill or financial success in the sport. His entire persona is built around being the best ever. And anytime someone suggests that another fighter might be on his level or better, Floyd doesn't take it lightly. He doesn't just ignore it. He gets defensive, often going out his way to discredit anyone who's compared to him. Whether it's Canelo's current dominance, Pacquiao's legacy, or the rise of young stars, Floyd always finds a way to shift the spotlight back onto himself. He constantly reminds the world that he's undefeated and unmatched, refusing to let anyone forget his status. Even in retirement, he stays in the headlines, making sure he remains the center of attention. The idea that someone could surpass him, either in skill or earnings, seems to genuinely get under his skin. For Floyd, being seen as anything less than the absolute best isn't just uncomfortable, it's unacceptable.
Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. In the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Floyd Mayweather has often claimed to be on a level higher than even Muhammad Ali, but Oscar De La Hoya sees things differently. De La Hoya has referred to Floyd as the most overrated fighter in boxing history, arguing that Mayweather's resume doesn't match up to the legends who truly shaped the sport. While Floyd's opponents were undoubtedly skilled, they never carried the same historical significance as those faced by icons like A.L. De La Hoya points out that Mayweather's career, defined by carefully chosen matchups and an undefeated record, lacks the raw, all-encompassing greatness that characterized boxing legends. The controversy surrounding Floyd's self-proclaimed status as one of the sport's greatest has fueled intense debates, with many believing that his career was more about avoiding risks than fighting the best in their prime. While Floyd may boast about his financial success and unbeaten record, De La Hoya suggests that true greatness isn't just about numbers. It's about stepping up to the toughest challenges and facing adversity in ways that truly define a champion.
Who's an overrated boxer? Well, you don't want to get in trouble here.
I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Overrated boxer, fighter, most overrated, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Really?
Yes.
He's not a great boxer.
No, he is a great, but his resume is not one like Sugar Ray Leonard or one like Muhammad Ali.
Oscar De La Hoya has been outspoken in his criticism of Floyd Mayweather, particularly when it comes to Floyd's focus on money over legacy. Mayweather has made it clear that financial success is his top priority, often flaunting his wealth and using his money-driven persona to attract attention. De La Hoya, however, has called out Floyd for profiting off non-traditional fights, especially by taking advantage of social media influencers and YouTubers with massive followings. One example De La Hoya highlights is Floyd's exhibition match against Logan Paul, which he sees more as a spectacle aimed at drawing in viewers based on celebrity status rather than boxing skill. While Floyd made millions from the fight, De La Hoya believes it was a step away from true boxing, arguing that Floyd's emphasis on money has turned the sport into a sideshow. De La Hoya also took issue with Floyd's criticism of fighters like Ryan Garcia, whom Floyd dismisses as just a YouTuber. Oscar argues that Floyd has built his empire by exploiting the very same audience he now mocks, pointing out a glaring double standard in how Floyd views the modern-day fight scene. To De La Hoya, Floyd's actions reveal a hypocrisy that undermines the integrity of boxing.
Talking about this kid Ryan Garcia. Tank got his followers from kicking ass. Ryan Garcia got his followers from YouTubers. There's a difference. So you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a fighter? Tank is a fighter.
Oh, fuck. So Ryan Garcia's not a fighter? He's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He has 200 plus amateur fights. I don't care where his followers come from, if they come from fucking Mars. The fact is that Ryan's followers are selling this fight. And plus, don't you remember you fought YouTubers? Are you putting YouTubers down? You profited from them. I can't with you, dude. You're fucking dumbass. I can't wait. April 22nd, Ryan Garcia fucking knocking out Tank Davis.
Oscar De La Hoya has been vocal in his criticism of Floyd Mayweather, particularly regarding his exhibition matches. De La Hoya believes that Floyd's focus on making money through these exhibitions reflects a lack of concern for his boxing legacy. Mayweather has made no secret of his primary motivation: financial success, constantly flaunting his wealth and branding himself as Money Mayweather. However, Oscar argues that boxing should be about more than just cashing in. It should be about fighting for the honor of the sport and leaving a lasting legacy. De La Hoya points out that Mayweather's numerous exhibition matches, like the one with Logan Paul, are far removed from true boxing challenges that test a fighter's skill and determination. These events, more about spectacle than actual competition, have earned Floyd millions, but they don't contribute to his standing as one of the all-time greats. For De La Hoya, Floyd's focus on easy paydays over adding meaningful wins to his record shows that he's more interested in money and fame than in the true measure of greatness. To Oscar, true greatness in boxing comes from challenging the best and making real sacrifices in the ring, something Floyd has seemingly abandoned in favor of non-competitive exhibitions.
Okay, Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's turn it around.
Jeff Mayweather revealed that Floyd Mayweather's animosity towards Oscar De La Hoya went far beyond a simple rivalry. It was rooted in Floyd's inability to accept anyone being above him in boxing, particularly when it came to money. At the time, Oscar was the undisputed cash cow of the sport, generating massive paydays and fan interest, something Floyd couldn't stomach. He couldn't stand the idea of someone else taking the spotlight, especially when it came to financial power in the boxing world. Floyd would frequently talk down to Oscar, belittling him during press conferences and insulting him to his face. Oscar, trying to maintain his image, chose not to respond, which only allowed Floyd's verbal attacks to continue unchallenged. Floyd Mayweather's approach to both boxing and promotion has long been criticized, particularly his obsession with staying in the spotlight. While Mayweather has achieved unparalleled financial success, his focus on self-promotion has hindered his ability to become a truly successful promoter. Analysts argue that his constant need to be the center of attention, both inside and outside the ring, prevents him from stepping aside and allowing other fighters to flourish. This egotistical mindset is evident in how he promotes fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis and Adrian Broner. Instead of using his platform to elevate them, Floyd's own need for recognition often overshadows their potential rise.
Whether he can't be a successful promoter if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight. His desire to be always noticed, always the one that is at the center of attention. You know what I mean? It's like, you look at Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, he's supposed to have beef with Tank Davis now. Throwing him in there with Lomachenko, which I think he's ready for Lomachenko now.
Analysts also point out that Mayweather's actions, such as his exhibition match with Logan Paul, are more about capitalizing on money-making opportunities than furthering the sport of boxing. While these non-competitive bouts may generate millions in revenue, they do little for Floyd's boxing legacy or the legitimacy of his promotional efforts. Critics argue that Floyd's behavior reveals a focus on personal gain and staying in the spotlight rather than fostering the next generation of champions. This pattern, they claim, makes Mayweather a flawed figure in the promotion world, prioritizing his own image over the sport's long-term health and the success of the fighters he's supposed to support. Instead of using his platform to help elevate others, Floyd's pursuit of fame and wealth through exhibitions and spectacle diminishes his credibility as a promoter and a steward of the sport.
Who he's promoting or anything like that, it makes it worse and it makes it more obvious because he's promoting these guys. He doesn't like the idea of anyone shining. And that's the egotistical mindset of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's always going to be that person. Not too long ago when Andre Ward was still fighting, and this was like a year and a half ago, he had words to say about Andre Ward, and Andre Ward's a stand-up guy. Okay, he's the type of guy that he has something to say about you, he's going to say it to you. He's not really going to go on social media and blast you. He's a straightforward guy. But Floyd said, derogatory things about Andre Ward, and he took offense to it. And it comes back to just jealousy. Floyd is one of those type of guys.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more exciting content coming your way.